Guys, this is Yap Sandigo Ancestral house. Guys, this is Yap Sandigo Ancestral house. Yap Sandiego Ancestral house.
Ano yun sir? Sa YouTube?
Roy Distal. 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 Pila man na?
Wala, tulungan lang din siya.
Di mo na anak?
Oo, ako bata.
Tulungan 100? Kuha le. Kaya tayo mga asawa?
Oo, nahi ko na ito kon.
Ha?
Bata, ganda-ganda. So,
Mag-asawa mo?
oo.
Salamat. Salamat.
Kita mo mag-guide? Nara ko na.
Ako, ganda-ganda. Sungka.
Okay, welcome to this house. This house is belong to the family of Sandiego currently, but previously it's owned by the Yap family. So the family decided to open this house in Sandiego, to open this house to the public in 2008, totally, because he is the one who decided to let it open the house to the public because they want to expose to everybody. Parang reminisce natin, yung makikita natin yung ano talagang itsura ng bahay ng panahon. So this house was belong to the family of Chinese. There are many Chinese people living in this area. We call this area Parian, or the area that we have it is a Chinatown. So Chinese just came here just only do business by barter and trade. That's why we call it Parian area. In exchange for the value that they have it. Because the island of Cebu, call it Cebu, turned into Cebu. Cebu means the trading market was started here during the time. Because trading market was happened because the island of Cebu was owned by the Dato Raja Humadon, is the rich family. I mean, even though there are many gold that they have it here to do barter and trade. And then Spanish people came here 1521. That's the time that they buy some spices because this is the biggest island to get a lot of spices. Some of the island are few, but this is the biggest one. That's why we are called it the trading. Because the word Cebu, the time, is the great-great-grandfather of the Raja Humabon. Now turned into Cebu when they pronounced it already by the Spanish people. That's the time that we call it the trading market because Chinese was first here than the Spanish. Spanish convinced the Filipino to become a Roman Catholic. That's the time that we are receiving the image of the Santo because they are baptized already. And this is the house that built during the time of the Spanish people. It was built sometime 1675. The original that we have here, it's a coral stone, the post, the floor, the stair, the wood, and the roof. The lower part of the house in the Chinese is more on business. Upper part they use for the residence. As the Chinese own this house, they believe it so much with the Feng Shui. Feng Shui facing the sun. That's the main entrance. The main entrance is over here, and that's the window. This is not the main entrance. This is used for the business purpose that we have here. As a Filipino, we use the lower part, we call it silong. Upper part is the residence. You use the animals in the lower part. As this family, the Sandiego currently, he is the one who decided to let it open the house totally to the public because the house before, it used to be a boarding house. Then they changed into like this as a museum. They want to do this because they want to expose to everybody that knowing this is the style of the houses of the Chinese and this is the making of the Filipino people furnitures making that we have it exposed for everybody. Because each one of us, we have a level of the family. Because normally family that you used to have at a long table, a long chair, or have an ordinary family because we don't know how to use a spoon before we use normally our hands. And then when we're sitting like that, we're flipping up the feet and we eating like this. Then suddenly Spanish people took over and that's the time that we learned so much by that spoon and fork that we call it cuchara cucharita. And notice Cebuano Filipino cannot speak too much Tagalog because our language is more baloktot. Pag magsasalita kaming Tagalog, mostly, our words is more stronger and higher tone and bulol kami. That's why the reason that we are speak so much with English, where I make it apologize for you, I make it more in English so that it will be easy for us to communicate you. So that we will understand one another because if I speak so much language over Tagalog, it means that my tone is too high and stronger and you will realize me that I am angry with you. So the reason is not doing that. That's why I make it some English so that it will be apologize for you to make it communicating to one another to understand so much. That's the reason of the Cebuano. That's why I make it in English, not the more on the Tagalog. But we can also speak Tagalog so much, a little bit lang. Just speaking the words only that we get here. Okay, the floor here is not original because the house was used as a boarding house. That's why the family decided to destroy everything and see the original structures of the house. And this is how the original structures of the house that we have in here. Now the Chinese was living here, even the rich family that they had to stay here longer in this island of Cebu because the island of Cebu is a first colonization, first baptism, first Christianity, first capitalized city, it's supposedly, but sad to it, the Spanish people took over. That's the time they moved to Manila, and that's the capitalized city because the Philippines originally, before they call it Philippines, is Maharlika. We are not called Philippines actually. When the Spanish took over, that's the time the Philippines called it from the name of King Philip that we get. Can we move it here?
Okay.
Okay, when the Chinese have believing so much with Feng Shui, and this is the main entrance of the door, and behind this orna, we call it orna. This is the altar they believe in so much of the Filipino. When the Chinese is also converted into Roman Catholic, that's the time they have their version of image. That's why we Filipino people are called it the chinky eye, or we call it the chinito or chinita that we have it, or mestizos mestiza, because we're getting brighter and brighter. You notice most Filipino people they have darker and so much brighter because the culture of the Filipino people they have a negritos in the northern part of the zone. That's why they are black. And then they have also the Indonesian, there are two kinds because of their curly hair and the straight hair and flatted nose and pointed nose that they have it. But in here in the Cebu, we are called it the Mali people. The Mali people is the Hindu that believe it so much with Anito. Then suddenly where Spanish people took over and we are baptized, and this is the time that we are believing so much with the religious. Some of the Chinese is also converted into Roman Catholic because they want to stay longer here and to intermarry with the Filipino. So that they will stay longer to do business only because when the Spanish took over, the Chinese wants stay longer here, but Spanish they don't want the Chinese to be involved in this island, so they may be deported. But what the Chinese do is they change the family name. That's why some of the Chinese people living in this area by Herrera, Bokongwe, Soto, all over the Chinese people riches, they are living in this island. That's why this island is a very rich country that we have it here. This is a Chinese version. Okay, move here. Just tell me if you want to take picture with your partner. Okay, when you see this one, this is the image of the Virgin Mary. This is mostly they use for making for Filipino in Bohol. Bohol people are using this one and transport here in Cebu to do trading because Cebu is small trading market. There are a lot of foreign people coming in and out. And this is how it look like. When you see this one, this is not good enough for the carving and the color. When you took picture with the camera, the color will be appear na. Tingnan nyo, picturean nyo.
Wait.
That's a different.
Pag video,
Pag
as
video,
is lang siya.
makita mo sir. Makita mo sa iba sir.
Baka pag picture. Sige. So this one is Santo Niño.
This is one as a Santo Niño. Have you noticed our Santo Niño in Cebu is they're showing their boots? Why is it they're showing their boots? Showing their leggings, showing their bloomers.
Why?
Oh, some of the Santo Niño that they have it here, or some of the Santo Niño in the country, they have it there, never show their boots, di ba?
Mhm.
Di makikita. Sa atin, di Cebu, the Santo Niño that we have it here, they're showing their boots because this is a represents when the Spanish people colonized us. When the Spanish people came here, this is how we do identify na Spanish talaga nagsisimula dito to convince a Filipino native to become a Roman Catholic. That's why we are showing their boots because this is a Spaniards boots
Okay.
and the leggings of the Spaniards. That's why we are showing it to identify that this country will be colonized by the Spanish. Ganon. The
Thank
Cebu
you.
talaga. Okay, move here.
Move here, guys.
Okay,
An
this
old
is
kitchen.
yeah, this is a dirty kitchen. When you have it a big celebrations for your house, it means a fiesta, party and everything, you cook outside. But normally Filipino cook inside the house.
Mhm.
But this chicken that we have it here, ready to cook, although this will be a alarm clock for us because we don't have a reload that time we don't have a clock. So what we have it alarm clock during the time early morning 2 o'clock dito sa manok na to.
Okay.
Oh. And then this is the 10th generation trying to pretend how it's looked like in the Spanish people during that time. Because when the Arab people also came here to convince the native Filipino to become a Muslim, but we don't want it. What did the Arab do? Transport to Mindanao. That's why in the Hulu Sulu there are many Arab Muslim people that living there. That's why our dress is a mixture of the Arab. It's covered the whole body because women before are very sensitive, and it's the same time as a Spanish dress that we call it. We call this one as a Filipiniana dress because women that time are very sensitive, never been touched, never been kissed. That's the reason that they have it during the time. If you touch the girl during the time, so you should marry the head. Because she's pretending already that she is pregnant already. That's the reason that's why I never close to the girl so much because you are already married in here. And this is start because we don't have a first flower So ang ginagawa ng Pilipino, just to make this one so that you will be having decorate in your altar or in your during the processions happen. So this is used for the wealthy. Higher back, this is called a bishop chair. This is Solehia, it means this is a Spanish influence. Kung American naman, iba naman yun ang ilalagay mo dito. Yung stars naman, yung mga kahoy na hindi na ganito. Ang Solehia lang sa atin, yung dito lang sa para malambot sa puwet natin, hindi masakit yung kahoy yung ginagawa. So this is supposed to be a dirty kitchen. Now it converted into room. I've been living here for almost 10 years. I sleep in this house for almost 10 years. I sleep on the floor. I never sleep on that bed. One time I will sleep on that bed, something happened to me. When I woke up early morning, I just a lot of scratch on my hands. That's why I never sleep again. So this one is used for the family only. This is called a atay bed, ha? If you have this one in your home, you are a wealthy family. This is called atay bed because of the fruits. Atay is not the atay, the liver for the Cebuano, or the atay is not for the insulting for people.
Of course, yeah.
Atay, it means AH Thai. Yun ang spelling na yun.
E.H. Thai.
E.H. Thai. Oh, yun ang tatay. Kasi Pilipino magsasalita eh.
So,
Atay, diretso
it's
eh.
more Chinese.
Oh, it's more, this is a Chinese,
Chinese,
bed.
yeah.
This is a Chinese bed actually. This is for the bedridden for the people, the couple, or the wedding, or the other. Dito, Chinese influence talaga. And this is the questions during the Sinulog Festival. Notice our Santo Niño is there, this one like this, di ba?
Mhm.
Nakikita nyo. Because they are Spaniards. Spaniards who came here to realize it, that they have it their own, our image of the Santo Niño, to become a Spaniards. Ganun talaga. And this is what we have it.
Sorry.
And this is the Capiz window used for it. The family. When the Pope Francis came here in Manila, we've been there. I've been also part of the Sandiego dance studio to do dancing the Sinulog Festival, because the Sinulog is the most popular in the island of Cebu. Because the represents of the image of the Santo Niño, and we are dancing with the Sinulog because we are shouting the Sinulog for Viva Senior or Hail to the King, that we are praising for it at the same time.
Since
And-
January, di ba?
January 3rd Sunday po. And this one is the original Deliver Baby for women. Butaka talaga. Pero they call it butaka because of the rocking chair na pinapalitan nila. Kasi nakabukaka ka eh. Yung tinatawag eh. Butaka is bukaka eh. That's what they have it. So this... Oh, okay. Para maalala niyo yung color of this street na ako.
1, 2. Next. Tingnan nyo, ang ganda. Pag-Instagram mo lang po.
Yan lang.
Next. Alright,
Okay.
here, 1, 2.
You like it?
No, thank you. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, guys.
Okay, that's all for the day of the tour in this house. I would like to thank you to come in this house and visit in this house. My name is Lloyd. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Alright, ito.